Hello, my name's Rob and welcome to Swift Slots. Now, as you've just seen from those pictures, I've been to the Gayen Slot Car Fest in 2026, but this time with a stand, because I didn't need to buy any more projects. I have a shelf of shame with probably 300 to 400 projects on there, all lined up for this channel. So I'm not looking for more things to buy. So I thought that I would take my stand, because historically I do have a trade stand. Just before COVID, I used to do model railway shows. I did 17 a year. So I had the stand ready to go, and I've got so many slot car products now and so many projects that I built on this channel and a little track. I thought this year I wouldn't spend any money and I'd take my stand and I'd be able to talk to you guys until the cows come home. And did I do that? What a fantastic treat it was to talk to all you enthusiastic subscribers and some even people that haven't seen this channel as well. I had an absolute ball talking to you all, and it was amazing to get that feedback, because when I'm walking around the show on my own, like previous years, I've heard some of you say that you weren't quite sure if you could talk to me. Well, you can, but now I have the stand. You can absolutely, I'm an open book, so I'm there to be spoken to, and I really enjoyed it. And we had some fantastic conversations, you and I had some fantastic interactions, and I did a bit of trading and a bit of advice, and it was just fantastic. So thank you to all you guys that came to me and spoke, and thank you to the guys that bought a few bits of my merchandise and products that I make. And I hope you enjoyed running my little track and seeing some of the projects that I chose to take there that I've done on this channel. It was fantastic. I'm kind of semi-lost for words, because I've just come back now. Within a couple of hours, I'm back home, and it's all kind of still settling in, and I'm sort of catching up on some of the comments on my Facebook page and the YouTube page, and it's just been fantastic. So next year, I'll definitely be going again, and I've actually been offered a bigger stand. So my stand is normally 12 foot long for the model railways that I do. This year, I just took a 6-foot stand for today, but I think I've been offered a bigger stand, so maybe I should make a new track and have a little bit longer track, maybe a 1/43rd scale rally hill climb track that's a bit bigger than the one that I took this time. We could have that on the stand. You could play with that, and I'll bring some new projects and some of the projects that I'm going to do from here forwards and put those on the stand, and have a few more bits of merch to sell as well. By this time next year, there'll be a bit more to sell. Next year could be really cool, so tell me in the comments if you'd like to see me again at the show with a bigger stand and a bigger track and so on and so forth. It's been awesome. So as you can see on this table, my plan was to come back having not bought any cars. That clearly didn't happen. However, I didn't actually buy all of these cars, and some of them I've done a bit of a deal on. So yes, I did buy some cars, but it's not quite as bad as it seems. Trust me, I've got plenty of projects for the channel. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get you on the table. I'm going to show you these one by one, and there's a little bit of a story behind some of them. So I'll just share that with you because I think it's interesting. So let's get on my table and have a look at these cars. Okay, so let's start at the beginning with this little tiny Tomy HO slot car. Now, back in the day, in the early 90s, I used to race these in Pembrokeshire. I actually started a club for HO racing, and it went on for quite a while with some local friends of mine. And I've got quite a lot of these cars, so I really do like these HO cars. Now, I was watching Rob Sale's YouTube channel, and on the roof of one of his buildings, he had a little Jaguar XJR9. And I said, that's a cool little car, Rob. I'd like to get one of those at some point. What is it? And he said, well, I've actually got a spare one. I'll give it to you one day when I catch up with you. I thought, that'd be cool, thank you very much. And I wasn't really thinking too much about it. And then at the show on Saturday morning, he actually gave me this car. And unbeknownst to me, it's actually a proper Tomy slot car, which I didn't realise. And what's more, it actually has working lights. Not just the front ones, it has working lights on the rear as well, which is really cool, and I didn't realise that. So thank you very much indeed, Rob, because I wasn't expecting this to actually be a slot car. I thought it was just going to be a die-cast car, but it's not. It's a full-blown slot car that I could actually run on my track that I have in the loft anyway. So that's a really cool little car. So it's a beautiful car, really nice livery, and gifted to me from Rob Sale. So if you haven't seen Rob Sale's channel, the picture of his channel is just here. It's in the links as well below. Have a look at his channel. It's really good. He's on a little bit of a break for the moment, but he'll be back at some point, and it's a really worth watching his channel. It's a really good little channel with lots of good information, especially if you like real cars. But yeah, so that's my little HO Jaguar XJR9 gifted to me by Rob Sale. So thank you very much, Rob. Now, moving on to my second car. Now, this is a really interesting car because it has a really interesting story for the weekend attached to it. Very, very weird how it all kind of panned out, but I'm very, very glad it panned out the way that it did. Now, this is a Skeletrix Ligier, and it's quite a few years old, and I really wanted to get one of these cars for the channel, as well as when I was doing the Brabham. This was one of the cars that I thought about getting instead of the Brabham. The reason I didn't is because it's not a basic car, it's a proper car with a chassis, as you can see, so that's why I didn't get it. But I really liked this livery, but it's very, very difficult to find them on eBay where all the white is clear and they're not all broken and nasty. So, and if you do find one that's really nice, they're usually boxed or they're usually really high priced. Now, I didn't get much of a chance to leave my stand over the weekend, but I did actually get a chance to nip over to one of the stands that was really close to me, and there was this Ligier. Now, I didn't really want to buy a car, but when I saw this, it was in such nice condition, I had to buy it, and it was £30, and I thought that's a reasonable price for this car because it is in such good condition. The underside is absolutely pristine, and having removed the base away after I bought it, I realised it is absolutely clean on the inside as well. Beautiful braids, everything's absolutely really, really nice about it, and I gave the man £30 and I was very, very happy to do so. And then I went over to Pendle Slot Racing and I bought some tyres, the tyres that you see on this car right now, because the original ones were very, very hard and cracked and very unhappy. As you can see here, they've definitely seen better days. They're not very good, and these are the tyres that are on the car. So I went to Pendle Slot Racing and I bought these really nice fresh rubber brand new tyres. They're designed to fit these old historic cars, and that set the car up really nicely. So the link for those is just here. And then I noticed that one of the wheels, this one here, some of the chrome is kind of faded away. I thought, well, it'd be such a shame now to leave that unchromed wheel there, because all the other ones are really bright and shiny, but that one is gone a bit dull. So also Pendle Slot Racing sell the actual replacement wheels for this exact car. Now obviously these wheels are a little bit generic of the time, so they fit quite a few other cars, but as you can see, they're brand new, they're bright and shiny and lovely chrome. So I went and bought these wheels as well. So by this time I'd spent probably close to £35 on the car, the wheels, and then the tyres that I'd already put on the car. So I'd all in about £35, and I was happy with that, I guess. But then I went over to the stall on the other side of the show when I had another spare 5 minutes, and I found a car exactly the same as this, with brand new tyres on it, exactly the same, clean, beautiful car for only £25 all in. And I'm like, I wish I should have just had a 2 minutes extra time at the show to have walked around, and I could have saved myself £10. So I thought, well, you know, it's as wide as it is long. You know, I've got a really nice car now. What's £10? It's only like, you know, a couple of coffees down Starbucks. It's not the end of the world. And I got myself a lovely car, and, you know, and I managed to give Pendle Slot some money for some wheels and tyres, and it's all good. So then I had a visit from a subscriber to my stand, and his name is Ian. Now, Ian said, I have a gift for you, Rob, when he came to my stand. And I said, oh, I like gifts, especially if they're not too expensive and you definitely don't want them. I like taking gifts because they're very useful. And he gave me these. And I was extremely pleased because these are fantastic. I really like these cars. Now, up until a year ago, I didn't have any of these Porsches. And I always wanted one, but I'd never gotten around to buying one. So last year in 2025, I actually went to one of the traders' stands and I found this. And I did show it on my video back when I got it. Obviously take that off because that's what I've put on there for display. And I was very, very pleased to find this one. It's really, really clean. I absolutely love it. It's everything that I wanted from a Porsche, and I bought this one. And then about 2 or 3 months later, one of our subscribers, Stuart, gave me this car as well. And I really like this car as well. Now, what I thought I could do with this one is give it a bit of a lacquer coat and do it up nicely and make it all nice and shiny and really cool looking. It's got alloy wheels as standard. It's got brand new rubber tyres on the back. Decent front ones are not too bad. And this was a really nice car. I was very, very pleased with it, but it's a little bit too good to sort of hack up and so on. So I thought I'd just do some sort of sympathetic restoration to this one at some point, and that was really cool. And then I got these two. Now, the situation is I absolutely love this gold one. This gold one is absolutely pristine, more or less, and it's absolutely ripe for a full-blown restoration on this channel. And by restoration I mean respray the roof because it's a little bit scarred. We could put a fresh satin roof on there to freshen up the paint. The rest of the gold paint is in really nice condition, apart from the fact it's lost a wheel. So what we can do is, rather than buying a wheel because that's very boring, and we could need some new tyres. As you can see, they're a bit cracked. So all I could do is make a mould for the wheel and a mould for the tyre. I can mould some fresh tyres in PU rubber, and I can make a fresh wheel from resin. Bit more interesting than buying them. Now the front wheels on these, or the front tyres, as we all know, they're ludicrous. So what I could do, if I'm making a PU tyre for the rear, I can make a special PU tyre for the front, where it's only about a quarter of its width on the outside, and then it swoops in and then finishes off to the back of the tyre, much smaller diameter. So it looks right from the front, but it hasn't got all this ridiculous width, and we could make those out of PU. So I could get custom tyres on the front, standard tyres on the rear, make a resin wheel for the back, clean up all the chassis, repaint the roof, and then make the glass in Lexan and replace the glass in with the nice Lexan, or try and polish this glass or whatever. And we could try and make, or even take the glass from this car, which is really clean, put it into this car, and then put a Lexan glass in the red one, or whatever. We got options, but this is a really nice car. It also needs a fair pair of lights, so I'll pop in some 5mm LEDs on there because they're a really good replacement for the old bulbs. And we can turn this one into a really nice standard car, albeit with those sort of custom front tyres. So that's what I could do with that one. I'm looking forward to doing that because I really wanted to do one of these Porsches on this channel at some point, but I'd never had a good one because this one's just far too good, and this one really is a bit too good to be hacking around as well, and this one is a little bit too good to be hacking, but I love the colour, so that could have a nice light restoration. And then we've got this one. Now the trouble with the silver paint is that when it takes a hit, it all gets chipped and marred and scuffed. So I think this one would be fantastic for a complete and utter Swift Slots retune. So we can really go to town with this one and see what we can do with it. Lexan interior, Lexan glass, complete repaint. And I was talking to Ian about what colour I should do it, and he said you could do a Jägermeister on this one. Now if you recall back, I've said that I got some Jägermeister water slides just itching to be used, and I think that would be a perfect colour scheme for this Porsche, not the long tail Group C Porsche. That's got a different colour scheme going on it. We're going to be doing that one very soon. That I had mentioned Jägermeister on that one, but someone said in the comments we don't need another Jägermeister Porsche in the world, not the Formula Group C, and I agreed with him. And I think this one would be a great donor for a Jägermeister. So we can go mad with this one. We can lower it all the way down. We can put those special tyres on it, maybe a faster motor, and do all sorts of things and make this one really cool. So I was really pleased to get these two cars. Now, when Ian said, here's the two cars, and I got all sort of excited about it, I said to him, do you want to see what I bought today? And he said, oh, I'd love to see. Or yesterday, he said, I'd love to see. So I showed him this Ligier, and his face lit up. He said, oh, I've been looking for one of those in this condition for so long, and I've never been able to find one. I said, well, if you go across the hall, there's one better than this one with brand new tyres ready to go for £10 less than I ended up paying for this one. So he rushed over there straight away and grabbed it quick. So I was really actually pleased that he got that car, because I got a bit of a bargain from him with these, and I was able to pass on what I'd found to him and saved him some money and got himself a really nice car. And that was really cool. And then off he went, and he went around the show. And I said to him, while you're around the show, can you see if you can find me a Group C Mercedes-Benz like this one? I don't want to pay a lot for it because we're going to be taking this one all the way. And he went around and he said, no, I can't find one. And then he came back about an hour later, and he dumped this on the table when I was underneath my table getting a cup of tea. And he said, there you go, £10. I was like, wow, how on earth did you find it for £10? And he'd bought some cars from this particular trader earlier on the day, and he managed to get the price down to £10 as a bit of a trader favour. And there you go. So I've now got myself a Group C car for £10 because I've already got one. I'd already got one, and I said to him, I've already got one, and I bought it off of eBay to actually do a full-on Swift Slots on it. But it's far too good. When it turned up, it was far too good to be pulling apart. So that's why I was looking for a donor. So he found me one for £10. So, and he also found himself a couple of other cars, which I was able to help him tune up and then get them running really, really well. And so he's very grateful. So I was able to get the tyre truer out and true some tyres for him and get it running really well. He was able to find me a deal. He gave me these cars. I was able to find in the Ligier for £10 less than I paid. And everybody was happy. And it was a really cool little back and forth trade. And it lasted all day. We sort of bantered back and forth all day and doing deals back and forth and helping out. It was really, really cool. So there we are. So he gave me these cars and he also found me this one and I paid him for them. So that's really cool. So we've got 3 really cool cars. This one would be a light restoration. This one could go all the way. And this one was always going to go all the way. But now we've actually got one to go with the XJR9 and the Porsche I'll be doing very, very soon. So I'll have 3 Group C cars that have all had a complete Swift Slots tune. So that was really cool. And then I had another quiet 5 minutes and I skipped over to the Pendle Slot racing stand. And oh my, what was in the second-hand tray? This one. What a beautiful car. Now, I've been looking for one of these TTS Alpines on the Pendle Slot website. It's £125 for a finished model, this one, and it was £100 for a white metal or a white kit. And I've been looking at it and I thought, yeah, I don't need more projects, so I've been holding off. But when this one came up in the second-hand bin, I went back to it 3 or 4 times. And in the end, I just had to go and grab it because I thought it's too nice to leave there. And for the money that I paid, £70, I just could not put it back. It was a 1/24th scale. As you can see, it's got some really interesting things going on in the back. We've got camber in the back wheels. And I've run this car and it's absolutely beautiful. It absolutely glides around the little tiny figure of 8 track that I've got. Even though it's 24th scale, it's so quiet, it's so silent. It glides around, it's beautiful. Now it is missing its door mirrors and it is missing one rear lens, but I could do something about that, no problem. So very soon I'm going to be doing a little video on this one. We'll make some new door mirrors for it. We'll make a new lens for it. I'll take the lid off. I'll show you what's going on inside and we'll run it around Ricard Valley and I can show you how nice this car is. But what a beautiful car. What a decent price. And how amazing to find something this nice in the second-hand bin. Who on earth would give this away as second-hand? Not me. And then, right at the end of the show, as Pendle Slot were packing away, he had a pile of these on the table, still left to pack away, and my missus has been wanting one of these for a long time, but they're not the cheapest things in the world, and she doesn't use her slot cars as much as, you know, perhaps she should or whatever. So I think it was just going to be a shelf queen, and I've been putting off buying it, and there was a pile of them on the table, and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to treat my missus, I'm going to get her this car, because she loves the colour, she loves the car, and it's there smiling at me. It's the end of the show, and I'm not going to get another chance to get one without paying postage on it, so I just grabbed it. It's obviously an MR slot car, Castrol, Jaguar XJ220 in the silk cut colours, obviously, and there's the back of it. So this is her car. I've not taken it out the box, I've not done anything with it. Well, actually, I say that what we've actually done is we've actually had a quick look underneath, and it turns out that it's a limited car, and it's 188 of 550 cars. So there you are. It's a little bit of a limited run, but he still had a few, so I guess they weren't that popular. But the missus loves it. It's a cool looking car, so I picked this up for her as well. So there we are. These are the cars that I brought back from the Gayen show this year, and a couple of little stories to go with them. And I hope you enjoyed my little tales. So there we are. So that's it. So that's it for this year. That's the Gayen show over and done with for 2026. Look forward to 2027. Who knows what that will bring. So hopefully you've enjoyed this content and you're going to look forward to me doing some work on these cars in the coming months. And maybe if you subscribe and hit the little bell, you won't miss them. And I'll be cool. So until the next time, thank you very much.